not what I want. Come here, you little bastard. Yeah, we're definitely live now. I botched that. My bad. Oh well, can't get any worse than 2021, right? This dumpster fire of a year that thank God it's over. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
I apologize in advance. I am still feeling a little sick. I'm a little bit better. On Monday, I was treating myself because Eric and I went and saw Spider-Man No Way Home on Sunday. And then I decided I was going to spoil myself, and I treated myself to go see another movie. Again, I saw it already, but I wanted to go see it again on Monday, and I took myself out to dinner too. And when I got to dinner, I felt fine. By the time I was done with dinner, which was like maybe 40 minutes, I felt like absolute dog shit, and I just went home. And I've been sick ever since. And today I have a migraine, so if I seem a little... That's why. But
I'm going to be running the show today. Kidding.
Well, yeah,
Kidding.
Probably. I mean, we are covering a WWE pay-per-view, so I'd rather be sleeping. But I love you guys. So we're here. Anyway, but we were just talking. We decided this is where we were going to start. Fuck 2021, because even at the tail end of it, it managed to fuck us all.
Yes, it did. It did. Us at the Down the Middle podcast, you know, we love our people. We love celebrities and everything else. And
I love my Golden Girls.
Betty White.
God damn it. Like, literally, I'm not even... This isn't even being funny. Like, I saw that and I literally said, God damn it. Like,
I'm not lost.
For fuck's sake. Betty White, really? Like, come on. We've been through enough.
I'm not disagreeing with that at all. But what's weird is I did read up an interesting post.
Okay.
Last night. Okay. And you know, she lived to be 99 years old. She
was what, 2 weeks away from turning 100?
17 days.
17, so just a little over 2 weeks.
But this interesting theory that I did read last night, though, is that she's technically was 100 already. She's past 100.
How?
With the schematics of leap years.
Well, but no, because the leap year. So okay, this is so not wrestling, but no, there's not. Okay.
Because there's the extra day in the leap year.
Well, right, but that's because the Earth takes 365 days, no, 365 and a quarter days to rotate around the sun. That's why we have leap years.
I understand
every 4
that,
years.
But no, I understand that, but I'm just stating with their way of thinking and talking is because of that one extra day every 4 years, they gave her an extra day of living. They gave her an extra day. Yeah, they gave her an extra day of living.
Oh, so that technically. Well, but they didn't though, because
I know.
Like I know what you're saying. There's some mental gymnastics. So this reminds me. Again, I probably wasn't feeling good. This is so not wrestling related, but it's funny. I'm astounded sometimes by what I see on TikTok. And there's people that put up those basic order of operations math equations. And I shit you not, I watched a guy turn it into an algebra problem. And I'm like, people, the answer's fucking 9. Like, no? For fuck's sake. I'm not even kidding you. A self-proclaimed math teacher was arguing that it wasn't 9 because multiplication comes before division no matter what order they are in the equation. And I'm like, my 4th grade teacher and every other teacher on planet Earth who's not a fucking imbecile disagrees with you. It's multiplication and division are the same, but you go left to right. This is basic math, people.
Or you got PEMDAS.
That's what I'm saying. But so
all right.
With PEMDAS, so you've got parentheses exponents are in that order, no matter where they're at in the equation. But then you get to multiplication and division, which you don't do multiplication before division if the division is first in the problem. You go left to right. Same with addition and subtraction. If
right. Well, that.
Oh, go ahead. If subtraction is first in the equation from left to right, you do the subtraction first, provided you've done everything else that comes before addition subtraction.
Right, and I'm not disagreeing with that at all because.
Well, holy shit! People on TikTok were getting up in arms, and I'm like, guys, this is like elementary level math.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will get to the wrestling, but I'm going to finish with this point of the topic. It's funny because there's that one equation. There's that one equation, and everybody fights over them. And that's why they go with the PEMDAS thing. Because I did watch this video of this father and son that I watch, and on TikTok, and he gives them the problem: 2 + 2 × 2. What's the answer?
What was the equation again?
2 + 2 × 2. What's the answer?
2 + 2 × 2?
Yeah.
So you take 2 × 2 first, which is 4.
Right.
And then it was 2 + 2 - 2?
No, it's 2 + 2
× 2, sorry. So
2 + 2 × 2.
So it's 2 + 4, so the answer is 6.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is not.
But it's one of those things that, like, even though, like, he knew the answer and he was obviously going along with it, it's one of those things that's like what we're just obviously talking about is it's just simple mathematics.
Right. So the only time that wouldn't be the case is if it was 2 separate equations.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that either. But I'm saying,
but I think that's where people get confused because, like, okay, I'm going to use the old, like, elementary school. So if I have 2 apples and you give me 2 apples, then I have 4. And then if I double those apples, I would have 8. Right. But those are 2 separate equations.
No, right.
This is the same equation. And here's the thing that sucks about order operations problem is they're usually not practical equations, meaning you never actually come across them in real life. And that's why I think people get up in arms about them, because they're meant to fool you to a certain extent.
Right.
But anyway, enough about math. You get a little bit of everything on the Down the Middle podcast. Anyway.
So other than Betty White and everything else, and you becoming sick, how was your holidays? Like, how was your Christmas?
Christmas was all right.
Good. Good. I had a good Christmas too.
Thanks
to my co-host here. We mess around and everything, and we talk about the merch and all that stuff, and talk about my saying here.
It's a good saying.
It's all work right there, ladies and gentlemen. You know, he'll give his spiel at the end of the show. Go ahead and check out.
Oh, I mean, might as well, because I just wear this because it's comfy. But the old Arte Media full graphic tee, which you can purchase that, and it's all the work, plus other wonderful merchandise, including but not limited to t-shirts and hoodies, on the merchandise store, which there's a link in the description below. Buy some shit. And that's a good time to remind everyone of our contest where you can win free shit. You know what? And I think I messed up. I don't think the link is in the description for the live, but it's on the video that explains the contest and the rules. It's on the channel, and I'll put the link in after we're off the live. So if you watch this later, it should be in the description.
Go ahead and give us your best wrestling impersonations for Down the Middle podcast.
This is supposed to be fun. What I would love, I don't think this is going to happen, but if we got a real wrestler who just said, watch, or if we got Gallows or Anderson doing Stone Cold, that would be hilarious.
No, they're not going to do Stone Cold or whatnot. They're just going to call us nerds.
They're going to call us what?
Nerds.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take a nerd.
I'll take it. I am a nerd, giant nerd, which you may know if you've seen any of our previous Nerdcast podcasts on the Average Intelligence podcast, which there's a few of those coming up.
Well, you all got one for Spider-Man. We got TMNT coming up.
Well, if you see Spider-Man, before Thursday, you'll be in there.
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
fuck you too. Anyway, and then we're also Eric and I talked earlier. We're going to be doing a Cobra Kai episode. So,
okay.
And then we're obviously going to be talking about the new Matrix movie after I see it. I don't think I'm going to like it, but
I've not seen it yet, but I've already seen a lot of bad reviews on it.
From what I've been told, yeah, it's not.
It's like why would you put John Wick in this movie?
Well, because he was in all the other ones.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, if you watch the movie, you'd be like, oh, this is just, he's just better as John Wick instead of Neo. That's my point.
Well, I rewatched the first because I'm gonna watch because I told Eric this. He's like, come watch The Matrix. I'm like, I can't because I haven't seen the first one or the first two in so long, and I only saw the second one once, and I never saw the third one because I hated the second one so much.
Well, then so you gotta watch the 3 before you watch the new one.
Yeah, so that's my plan. However, I have changed my plan. I'm no longer. I was gonna see the new Matrix movie in theater, but I decided not to.
With the way you're feeling, I don't think you should.
Well, not by that. I mean, I'm just not going to waste my time. I'll just watch it at home.
I understand.
Save my AMC Stubs A-list passes for good movies.
Speaking of AMC type, well, yeah, sorry.
You were gonna make a segue there, but anyway.
I was trying to, yeah.
You've got some GCW news?
Well, the GCW news to away, like, we had a debut last night on GCW, and his name was
Thunder Lips.
I mean, close. He's got big lips too.
What?
He's got big lips. He's got big lips for a slap nut.
Who was?
I even gave that away with that right there, Mr. Jeff Jarrett.
Oh shit! Wow, he's desperate.
Well, he debuted on the GCW last night and gave old Mr. Effie a shot with a guitar. What's funny is the way he looked and everything on the video when he debuted. He reminded me of I don't remember when you remember Dustin Rhodes debut in WCW 7.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? He looked exactly like that, minus the Uncle Fester look of the white face. Cowboy hat, jacket, and everything. I'm like,
well, yeah, but that's just Jeff Jarrett, the cowboy hat part. Did he
shave
his head?
No. But what I'm saying is, like, the cowboy hat was the same as when Dustin Rhodes debuted at 7.
Do you think this is Jeff Jarrett just trying to get to AEW?
I mean,
yeah. Where else is he going to go at this point? Like, if he can't go directly to AEW, right now GCW seems like the place to go because you get an in with Mox potentially.
I mean, is he going to go back? He can't go back to TNA.
No, he's certainly not going to go to. Well, he's a WWE Hall of Famer now, but
yeah,
has been. I made it sound like that just happened. It didn't, but I don't know. You know what I would like to, and now that we're talking about it, you know what I would really like to see AEW do is become a gateway for the actual, like, Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
I can see that.
I think that would be pretty cool because AEW is too young to have their own Hall of Fame.
Right. Well, I mean, there is
a Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, I know, but
right.
It would be kind of cool for AEW to reach out to them, and they may have, for all I know, because, I mean, look what they're doing with the Owen Hart Foundation, which is awesome.
Yeah, they've yet to start that tournament, right?
That starts next year, but yeah, it's going to culminate at Double or Nothing.
So it starts in 2023?
No.
You said it starts next year.
Oh, you know. See, this is my problem. This is why New Year sucks. Because I literally just got used to writing 21 on everything.
See, I brought you back.
I'm also not 100% here.
Oh, come on. Come on, ladies. All right, ladies and gentlemen. he will be all the way here because I know what we're about to talk about. He's going to talk about his favorite wrestler of all time,
I don't know about my favorite wrestler.
Miss Jade Cargill.
I mean, not of all time, but I'm just digging what she's doing right now. But so if you remember, I was torn because I thought for sure Thunder Rosa was going to win it all.
I know.
But now I'm calling Jade. I'm calling Jade. Like you're right. It'll probably go to Ruby, although I don't think it should, because Ruby doesn't need it. Well, not that Jade needs it, but it would elevate Jade more than it would elevate Ruby at this point.
It would. You're right. I look at it as a wrestling perspective. Okay. The reason why I look at it as a wrestling perspective because who's the top heel? Who's the top women's wrestler right now in AEW?
Britt Baker.
Britt Baker. What is she?
What do you mean?
She's a heel.
Well, yeah.
She's a heel. Okay.
Well,
why would
I see what you're getting at.
That's the only reason why I say if they give it to Jade Cargill, fine. I don't have a problem with that. My thing is when I look at it as a wrestling perspective, I would give it to a baby face first.
Yeah.
Because you already got a top heel with a title.
Well, okay, so I see where you're coming from. However, how many heels are actually in AEW?
There's quite a bit of few heels.
I mean real heels. Maybe 2.
No, but let me finish what I want to say though. Is Ruby Soho will win the AEW TBS title. Okay. I'm saying this, not the other belt that you say.
Oh, the Godfather's Championship?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Can we please make this a thing? Because everybody knows what I'm talking about, but calling it the hose title is too obvious. So let's get the Godfather in on this.
The only reason why Jade Cargill would beat Ruby Soho in the finals is because of who just debuted in AEW, and that'd be Mercedes Martinez. Okay, but
I felt so bad. We talked about this already, but I had amnesia for a couple seconds because when she took her mask off and they were like, "Oh my God, it's Mercedes Martinez!" I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?" Like, I know who she is. I just literally, I just forgot.
Just take Black Mask.
Yeah. Anyways, I know, but.
I know. But my thing is, what I'm saying is, I say if somehow Ruby squeaks by and gets the TBS title, it's going to be one of those reigns where she holds it for like a month or two, then we'll drop it to Jade.
Okay, so here's why I disagree with that. And again, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying this is why I disagree with that logic. So let's assume that it goes the way you just outlined. Okay, so you're going to hurt Jade from a booking perspective. You're going to hurt Jade leaning up to winning the title. And then a month later, she's going to win it from the same person that she lost it to. That doesn't help anybody.
But it's not. But the finals ain't going to be on a pay-per-view though.
Well, I know, but it doesn't matter.
But
So okay. here's why Jade is going to win that title. Like, let's look at this from a logical perspective. If Jade and Ruby were in a real fight, Jade would fucking kill her. I mean, Jade is she's a fucking former collegiate athlete who is a fucking beast.
Oh, are we doing the real fight thing here situation, everybody?
Well, I mean, that's how I like my pro wrestling booked. It's the same reason why I'm pissed off that Britt Baker has to face Riho again. It's the same reason I'm pissed off that not really pissed off, but mildly annoyed. Jim Cornette is really pissed off. I'm mildly annoyed and eye rolling. Like, why did Jamie Hayter lose to fucking Riho? Nothing against Riho. It's just like, do you think the audience is fucking stupid? Riho weighs 98 pounds.
So are you saying that, let's just go back in the past perspective. Are you saying like people like Rey Mysterio should have been the world champion?
No, no, because Rey Mysterio made up for it with what he could do physically. But, and again, so Rey Mysterio is the exception to the rule because Rey Mysterio is so goddamn talented that he can make everything look like he's a legitimate threat. Whereas, Riho does that thing where she's in a cover and then she, like, backbends out of it.
Okay.
Well, here's the problem. Whenever she's going to do it, it's obvious because her opponent has to not put any fucking weight on her. If you put a foot down on her, she can't do that. As opposed to Rey Mysterio, who has arguably probably the best Hurricane Rana in the industry ever. Like, he can do that to a John Cena, and it looks believable. Now, obviously, it's cooperation, but I bet you Rey Mysterio could still pull a dude to the ground. Maybe not do a full circle, but he could still take you off your feet 9 times out of 10. Like, if you caught it perfectly, you could probably stop it. Just judging by how it looks, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, but, well, and again, here's the other thing, though. So, you're talking about Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio weighs what? I mean, back in the day.
Oh, back, it was like, you're talking about like WCW days?
Yeah, sure.
Like 165, 175.
There you go. So not much more than Darby Allin. Riho weighs 98 pounds.
I know.
I mean,
this is the same Riho that's beating Nyla Rose.
Don't get me started on that. The fact, and again, I'm not trying to shit on Riho. I'm shitting on the booking. Because Riho can be a star. You just have to book it properly. And having her be the first AEW Women's Champion, defeating Nyla Rose, who at the time, I don't think Awesome Kong was on the roster, but Nyla Rose was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, female competitors at the time in the women's division. And Riho beat her clean.
Awesome Kong was on the roster.
I thought she was. Yeah. But you know what I mean. Like, Nyla was one of the larger competitors in the women's division.
But they put them together, which was...
Did they? I don't remember.
Yes, they did.
Oh,
they were putting them together to show that, like, the biggest women in AEW could be together.
Oh, yeah, they did do that. I forgot about that. Anyway, like, honestly, if Riho was a heel, that'd be great.
They could be their... She could use them as her bodyguards.
Exactly. Well, and if Riho cheats to win, it all of a sudden becomes believable. But as a baby, and I get why she's a baby face. I get it. But let's think outside the box.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but everybody loves her.
Man, that's not true.
Well, she's got the... Yeah.
I roll my eyes every time Riho's in a match. Well, not every time, but most of the time. If she's facing somebody like, I don't know, Penelope Ford, I'm like, okay, this is in the realm of possibility. Because Penelope Ford might weigh 100, 110 pounds. Like, maybe. I don't know what she weighs, but I'm saying she's smaller.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, I digress. I think Jay is going to win the Godfather's Championship. And I think if AEW was smart, they would invite him to present it to her just as like a little joke. Come on, TK. What? She says, I'm that bitch. Now she can say, I'm that hoe.
Oh my God.
It's not derogatory, guys. It's funny. I mean, look at the belt. I know it's not intentional, but come on, roll with it.
Well, we rolled with it.
Well, you can't redesign it because it's the TBS logo.
No, I know.
So you're stuck with it.
You're right.
So you might as well just steer into the skid.
In the finals this coming Wednesday?
I believe so, yes.
Because they debut this Wednesday on TBS.
Correct. On the Superstation. The mothership.
But Rampage is staying on TNT.
Correct.
Which is weird.
No, not really. It's actually, I think it's kind of smart, actually.
Well, I'm just like, I hear the Superstation, I think of, like, obviously everybody compares AEW to WCW and everything. It's like the flagship program was on TNT and the B show was on the Superstation.
This was only after the advent of Nitro, though. If you recall, WCW first premiered, or actually Jim Crockett Promotions, which I think was still WCW, but you know what I mean. That was on the Superstation.
Well, right, that was Saturday night, and I know you're getting it with that. I know. But eventually it went to, then they went to Nitro, and the Nitro became the flagship station.
What? Hang on, I got another plug for our friend. Hang on. Entertain them.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've always seen me with the blur background, but now you see the new set for me, for my area, with AEW wrestling figures and Mortal Kombat figures.
All right.
And now we're back with
another shameless and cheap plug for our friend, though. So
is it what I think it is?
You probably. So you may be asking yourself, how do we know so much about the origins of WCW and their arrival on the Superstation before the Nitro Station? Well, that's because we have read The Death of WCW, written by our good friend RD and friend of the show, RD Reynolds. You can learn all this and more, the deep, dark secrets about WCW, and it's even got pictures in some volumes. I think it's got pictures in all of them, but I know this version does. And if you'd like to purchase said book, once again, unfortunately, I couldn't put it in the live description, but if you're watching this after the live broadcast, there is a link in the description below where you can buy it on Amazon. So go buy it and give RD Reynolds your money.
Also support Mr. RD Reynolds and Mr. Vince Russo, friends over there at their podcast, The Mustache.
That's that guy.
Right.
And you can learn all about him too in this wonderful. Actually, I was being funny, but like it is a really good read.
Our friends over there at The Mustache.
The Joker's mustache.
The Joker's mustache. Where they talk about the Joker's mustache from the great 1960s TV show Batman.
Of Adam West glory. They don't just talk about the Joker's mustache. They talk about all kinds of stuff, like Catwoman's suit and Batman's dancing. And complete vertical scaling of walls. Not to mention that awesome crossover with the Green Hornet.
Yes.
So if you like your nerdy Batman shit, go check out the Joker's mustache. And if you like your nerdy, especially if you're a WCW fan, check out The Death of WCW. There are multiple versions. I believe our link is to the latest one, if I'm not mistaken. But you can also buy, this is an older version, but why would you want to buy an older one with less stuff? Anyway, back to the show. Where were we? Oh, yeah, Jade's going to win the title, and it's going to be glorious.
You think Jade's going to win the title? I think Rita's going to win.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. If I were booking the show, if I was booking the show, I would have had Thunder Rosa win it. But if I was asked, hey, man, are you going to book you're booking this now, who's going to win? I'm just going to be like, I'm going to have Jade win it because I think Jade would make an awesome heel champion. And, I mean, Ruby doesn't need a belt right now. I mean, everybody already loves her.
I just hope that...
Now, I'm not saying Jade can't cheat. Well, actually, yeah, I am saying Jade can't cheat.
She's got Mercedes and Smart Mark Sterling in her corner now.
Okay, no, Jade can cheat.
See my point exactly.
I don't think she needs to, but it would be very heelish of her. Maybe what we could have the best of both worlds. We can have Smart Mark cheat, but Jade doesn't have to know he cheated.
Did you just say it would be very heelish of her?
If she cheated.
Okay, she's a heel. So
I know, but she's also a powerhouse. She doesn't need to be a chicken shit heel. She needs to be a monster heel.
Well,
she needs to go in there and smash the Hulk style, not. Yeah. Anyway.
Shut up.
I mean, it is the Godfather's Championship. Anyway, speaking of Smash, did you watch the street fight between Ty J and the Bunny and Penelope Ford?
No, I just saw just a little clip.
They did.
Like,
I know you're gonna disagree. I hate thumbtack spots, man. I don't like them.
Thumbtack spots are. How can I say this? Thumbtack spots are only used for certain points.
Oh, I get it. I just don't like them because, again, like if you've ever accidentally sat on a thumbtack, you know why. Like that's gotta suck. Have you ever done thumbtacks?
Have I ever done thumbtacks?
Yeah.
No.
I don't blame you. That shit looks like it's miserable.
It is. I know we've done matches where in XCW we've done matches where like thumbtacks and light bulbs and all that stuff's been involved. I'm like, why? No, stop. Legos too. Legos.
See, the Legos would suck, but I'd rather be dumped on a thing of Legos than thumbtacks any day of the week.
You'd want thumbtacks over Legos.
No. No,
yes,
because I've stepped on a Lego and I've stepped on a thumbtack. I'll take the Lego. I'd rather do neither, but if like gun to my head, Legos or thumbtacks, I'll take the Legos. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying they don't suck. I'm just saying. I'm just saying like.
Well, the clip that I saw though was the whole barbed wire around the arm.
Oh, that was fake barbed wire. At least it looked like it. I thought so.
So it's all work, right?
Well, yeah.
Well,
like that's like saying that beer bottle or whatever it was real.
I think we're still sick. We're not trying to give away the illusions of the show.
What?
Anyways.
No, I'm talking about Penelope Ford took a bottle and smashed it against Anna Jay's head.
No, right. I get it.
It wasn't real, folks. Oh, shit. Sorry. Kayfabe.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I mean, like, oh my God. How did it not knock her the fuck out?
You know, everything.
And how did the cut end up on the opposite side of her face?
You know, there's a lot of things just kayfabe in wrestling. A lot of things. Especially relationships like Sammy Guevara. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that?
You know what? I'm a little sore at him. Because I believe he lied to our faces.
And then and then New Year's Eve happened, and there it was.
Now, here's the thing. I'm not trying to get into gossip. I thought Ty was married.
She was.
Okay.
Okay, I will say this, and especially if this does get out there and does get back to them too. It's y'all's business. Y'all do what you want.
But you put it on Twitter. That's all I'm saying.
It's like, don't say you're not, then all of a sudden, boom.
Now, is it a work? Because I'm not convinced it's not a work.
It's not a work.
Okay, well, Well, you remember when I said Sammy could do better?
Shut up.
He did better.
I'm going with the opposite of that statement.
Anyway,
Like I said,
I am
if
both.
this is-
I am simultaneously proud and jealous of Sammy Guevara. What, dude? He was a TNT champion. Don't look at me like that.
okay. Well, now we know who the champion is, and that's Cody Rhodes. So
Yeah. So do you think Cody's going heel?
I think he is,
Oh yeah, he's going heel.
because he's winning the belt that he's winning the only singles title that he can only win.
Yeah, but if he goes heel, they're gonna find a way to get rid of that stupid stipulation.
Which I'm surprised. I'm going to be honest. I will be honest. As long as AEW's been open and he's been wrestling, they have kept to their word on that stipulation.
Because he's been a babyface up to this point.
Even then.
Oh, I know, but I mean that's the whole point. That was the whole point of the stipulation, is because Cody wanted to be a babyface.
Right. Right.
Did you now that we're talking about it though? Did you watch that segment with Dan Lambert and Brandy?
You're a black belt. Well, I'm a black bitch.
Yeah. I realized.
Sorry.
I realized in that instance why so many people don't like Brandy Rhodes. And here's the thing: I liked Brandy until very recent. I don't hate Brandy Rhodes. That right there it hit me exactly why. And it started. I noticed one thing when I watched the reality show, and it just made me think like, okay, is Brandy like acting like she's? I don't want to say it like this because I just can't think of a different word. Like, is she acting like hood, or is she actually
Hood?
Yeah. But then it hit me in that minute. I'm like, oh, she's acting, and people can realize, and people think it's obvious. So that's why she's.
I think it's because we're so used to her in WWE.
Well,
I know she doesn't. I know she didn't really get much to showcase like she's doing now, and everything.
But what I think is happening is I think what she's showcasing is bullshit. Like, I liked it when Brandy was just Brandy. Like, she was supporting Cody. She was kind of doing her own thing. I will say the Nightmare Collective thing was kind of weird. Mostly because she was acting like a heel, but her husband's a babyface, and
that right there, you're talking about at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
When she was, that's what I was talking about with Awesome Kong and
Yeah.
Rose
and
all that stuff.
That was before she got pregnant, but I don't.
Yeah, don't. That was the problem. That was one of the big problems that I was having with the company at the beginning with AEW.
Well, so I guess I'll illustrate my point, and then we'll move on to WWE because we've been droning for a little while. I will illustrate my point with two different segments that Brandy was in that are very similar,
Okay.
but the difference was how she was portraying herself. So if you recall the strap segment with MJF and Cody,
Okay.
I think Brandy was perfect in that.
Right.
Because she was, again, and I'm not saying she has to be subordinate to Cody. I'm just saying, like, she's part of the Nightmare family. She's a big part of the Nightmare family. And but she wasn't acting all distraught. She was telling him, like, you got this. You know, she was being Cody's wife.
Right.
It didn't matter where she came from. It didn't matter what color her skin was. She was there supporting someone that she cared about.
Right.
And then you recall the minute it was over, she's in the ring, making sure nothing bad's going to happen to Cody, as is everybody else in the Nightmare family. I don't think everybody got in the ring, but you know what I mean. It was a while back.
Right.
Compare that to the match where Cody was against Malachi Black. And she, out of nowhere, just gets in the ring after she's given birth, not much longer after she's given birth, like,
and she sits there across from him,
across from arguably at the time who was being booked to be the most dangerous man in the company, and flips in the birds. Now Cody didn't need a distraction at this point. This was Brandy saying, without saying, "Look at me," as opposed to doing something that would have helped. Now, see, if that same moment had happened when Cody needed a distraction, it would have been different. But it seemed like Brandy was just like, "I want to be on TV. Look at me. Look, we can flip birds now." Because that was the show where like 5 people did it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, it's been a little excessive. Like, let's tone this down.
Yeah. So I was just saying, I like it when Brandy's on TV, just when she's not. And I'm not saying she's trying to hog the camera. I'm saying that's how it's coming across.
That's what a lot of people do get out of it, though.
That's what I'm saying, and that's been a common. I don't even want to say it's a complaint, although it is. Like, it's a common enough occurrence that people are noticing.
Yeah.
And I don't dream of trying to tell AEW what to do, but other than make Jade Cargill the Godfather's champion.
Limit Brandy's TV time?
No, don't even limit her TV time. Just let. I would say if Brandy came to me, which she would never do because who the fuck am I? But like if she came to me and says, "Hey, like I don't know what should I do?" Just be like, just be yourself. You don't need to go out there and act thug. You don't need to act like you're some dark magic. Just be you. Because when Brandy is being Brandy, I'm fine with it. I actually liked it. But I mean, that's advice I think every wrestler would do well to take. Is like, just be you, but dial it up.
And I don't disagree with that at all. Just the point that I was getting at is the beginning is you're either one or you're the other. You're a face or you're a heel. You're not both. Sorry.
And Brandy, it seems, Brandy wants to be cool like a heel, but she wants the audience to like her.
Well, you can't do that.
Exactly. And that's why MJF is the king of heels right now.
That's right.
Anyway.
He's more king of the hills than Daniel Bryan is. Sorry, Bryan Danielson.
He's more king of the hill than Hank Hill. Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it. Stole from me.
Anyway, let's carry on to the Snooze Fest. I mean, the pay-per-view. I mean, the special. Because it's not a pay-per-view. It was WWE Day 1. And I got excited when I saw the title because I'm like, oh, are they changing anything? Turns out, no. Spoiler alert. Anyway, the first match was a tag team bout between Sheamus and Ridge Holland, whoever the fuck that is. Seriously, who's Ridge Holland? I don't know who this is.
That I don't know.
Okay. Against Cesaro and Ricochet. Which, on paper, seemed like it would be a decent match. Except somehow Sheamus and he who shall not be named. Yeah,
Ridge Holland. Went over.
Sheamus and Cliff Netherlands defeated Cesaro and Ricochet. You see what I did there?
I saw that.
Trying to think of another synonym for Ridge. I don't know. Anyway, that was on the pre-show. So that's why Ridge Holland was on it.
Right.
Anyway, the next match was for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship, featuring the champions, the Usos, both Jimmy and Jay.
Yep.
Versus the New Day, consisting of Kofi Kingston and, I'm not going to say King Woods, because that just sounds wrong, Xavier Woods. And the champions retained.
Why does King Woods sound wrong?
Because it's Xavier Woods being king of the ring. Fuck that noise.
Well, that's the biggest thing he wanted to do.
Good for him. Good for him. And Colin Delaney wanted to be WWE champion. Doesn't mean it needs to happen. Anywho. Did you? That was seemed like it was a really good match. Just for the record, I didn't watch this.
Ladies and gentlemen, neither one of us did, but the reason why we're doing this is because it's more me than him want to give a opinion on something.
I mean, I want to give WWE an opinion. It's just as try as I might to watch it. It's like walking on Legos.
The Usos, New Day, it's the same type of match that they always have.
I'm sure. And not to say it wasn't a good match. We've just seen it, I don't know, half a dozen times.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Those two teams always put on great matches.
Next, we had a singles match between Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss. Who the fuck is Madcap Moss?
He was called Riddick Moss in NXT.
Damn, that's a big dude.
He derived himself. The reason why his name is Moss because his favorite football player is Randy Moss.
Okay, he was apparently with Happy Corbin.
Yeah, that's a little feud that got changed because a certain wrestler got released.
Which wrestler might that be?
Obsolete Delete.
That was good. So this reminds me. Did you see the Twitter controversy of oh God, who's the wrestler that's gonna debut on Raw and they've been pushing it for
Veer Mahan.
Yeah, that dude. Did you see WWE shortly after Hook's AEW debut sent out a tweet with the same graphic that said send Veer or whatever the fuck his name is?
Okay. Veer Mahan?
Yeah, but they said send Veer was the caption. After everybody's been saying send Hook all over Twitter.
Oh, I didn't.
That got a pretty funny reaction on the Twitter machine. Because everybody was like, Hook did it better. And then there were some other things that's like, send Veer arriving sometime in 2023. Like, why are they making such a big deal out of this dude?
He had already been on TV.
I know.
With Jinder Mahal earlier in the year.
Yeah.
It's like...
This is another example of WWE thinking their audience is stupid.
It's like, who is this guy? Oh, well, you forgot all about him.
He used to be Jinder Mahal's jobber, and now he's a big deal.
Right.
As if people are going to forget. They didn't even change his name. That'd be like them being like, send Heath.
Exactly.
Like, and
the only people's names they changed is T-Bar, and that's Dominic Dijakovic.
Wait, Dominic Dijakovic is now T-Bar?
Yeah, he was part of that group.
Oh, God.
What was that group?
I don't know.
It was the one with Mustafa Ali.
I don't know.
It was like a new version of the Nexus.
The Job Squad? Oh, wait, that was taken.
It was a newer version of the Nexus where, like, they all wore masks and everything, and Mia again was part of it.
Oh, that sounds real familiar. Kind of like I think it was called the Dark Order? Huh.
Well, but every member wore masks.
Dark Order?
Yeah. Well, no, not them all wore masks.
In the beginning, they did, at least when they came to the ring.
Well, Stu Grayson don't wear a mask.
Not anymore. At one point, he did, and he took it off, remember?
Right, but even before AEW, you never wore a mask.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
Gimmick infringement.
Sorry. Revolution. No, not Revolution. I forget what their stable name was.
Evolution.
I forgot. No, that was those four guys.
Oh, those four nobodies?
Those four guys. Oh, those four. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't do that. That's gimmick infringement too.
No, I remember that group. It was the old dude, the big dude, the bigger dude, and the young dude.
NWO.
No, that was just the old dude, the bad dude, and the big dude.
Right, but I was going with Ted DiBiase as the old dude.
No, I was going with Hulk Hogan as the old dude.
Oh, well, okay.
Sorry, Hollywood brother. That was a terrible Hulk Hogan impression.
You're sick. I got a stuffed nose. That's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Anyway, I just thought that was hilarious. Because, like, it was an obvious ripoff.
Yes.
Anyway, so Drew defeated Madcap. Shocker. Next, we've got RK Bro, which is an awesome name, but a stupid team. For the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships, RK Bro is defending their titles against the Street Profits, who was just a ripoff of Private Party.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm shocked
That they haven't been released yet?
Who, Street Profits?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm more shocked that Randy has lasted this long with this tag team.
You know what I honestly think this might be? Just because how it kind of came out of nowhere and it's stuck for so long. I think Randy, it may not have been his idea, but I think he was down to help Matt Riddle get over.
Right.
Which I'd like to take a moment to just say how incredibly fucking stupid WWE is and how close they came to making Matt Riddle obsolete by turning him into a dork with the mental capacity of a 6-year-old. When he debuted in NXT, he was a former MMA fighter who was a legit badass. And now he's some dude who's like got hit in the head too many times, I guess, because now he's like 9, 6, 7. He's a child.
Technically, right there at the end of NXT, he was doing it too when he was tag team champs with Pete Dunne.
It wasn't as bad, but you're right. They started down that road, but
he was coming out in a freaking golf cart.
Yeah, but he wasn't talking like a fucking moron.
Well,
like the scooter in and of itself, I don't really have a problem with. It's like the Mexicools came out on lawnmowers.
Right.
Which, completely ignoring everything else that was wrong with that gimmick, coming to the ring in a vehicle of some type is not inherently a bad idea. But acting like you're a knockoff Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle with an IQ of 25.
Yeah, for some reason he got good promos, and Randy just looks at him like.
Well, I think Randy probably knew, and I think a few people who might have been behind that pairing probably knew, like, yeah, we fucked up here, so we need to find a way to get him over.
And they're over.
Yeah, they're over. I don't know how. Probably because WWE's target demographic is about 12, but anyway, RK Bro won.
I like I said, like I was saying, I was surprised that Randy's lasted this long with this tag team because he's not really in a tag team per se. Like, I think this is like his third ever tag title ever. Because
how many times did Rated RKO win the tag titles? Was it only once?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Because he won it with Edge.
Yep.
He won it with Bray Wyatt when he was part of the Wyatt family.
Don't get me started. I forgot about that nonsense. Anyway.
They beat the blue tag titles. And then now he's got these. I'm like, wait a minute. He's never really been a tag team wrestler. Randy hasn't, but it's the way to keep him out of the world title feud.
So that's precisely what it is. Anyway, next we have Edge versus The Miz for some reason.
Well, the finish was amazing on this match. How was it? Ghoster Spirit, Miz jumps up for a leapfrog. Edge hits the corner post. He comes down. Hart almost hurts his ankle. Maurice gets on the ring, and then all of a sudden you hear Glamazon music. Here comes Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, which we called.
With a weird hairdo.
Yep. Well, I think you called that actually, but
because of her being done with NXT and everything.
And then making such a huge deal of it.
And of course, Edge comes out to the Brood theme again, which technically is now part of his entrance music. He'll start off with the Brood, and then he'll go to Alter Bridge.
Well, at least they didn't get rid of Alter Bridge.
Right, he'll come up the thing, and then he'll walk down, and then he'll kneel down. Then the music will play. Then he'll do the fireworks.
Yeah.
So
it's acceptable.
That's what I'm saying. I think this will set up if this feud.
Maybe we'll get a mixed tag at WrestleMania. Again. Woo.
I'm just saying.
Yay.
If they book this right, they keep them going.
If they book it right, they wouldn't book it at all.
Well,
or at least, I can't say that because I would enjoy a program with Edge and Miz if it was done properly, but I guarantee it hasn't been done properly.
Well, I mean, he's got the best of Edge, and then Edge gave Miz and Maurice a bloodbath.
Cool. Let's see a hardcore match at WrestleMania.
And when I mean a bloodbath, I mean a black bath.
A what?
They're wearing all white for their wedding, and there's supposed to be blood.
Wait, what wedding?
They renewed their vows on Monday Night Raw, and
the only thing worse than a wrestling wedding is the repeat of a wrestling wedding.
Well, Eric Bischoff was the minister.
Why?
Because Eric fucking Bischoff
had nothing to do with Edge or The Miz.
He had a lot to do with Edge back in the day.
Did he?
He was the GM when...
Well, yeah, but that's like saying that Kurt Angle had a lot to do with The Shield.
No, that was CM Punk.
No, Punk denied it. Anyway. Next, we have... Oh, I don't remember if I said, but Edge won.
Yeah.
Next, for the Raw Women's Championship, we have the champion Becky Lynch defending her title again against Liv Morgan again. And guess what happened? Again.
Which makes me a little mad because I think Liv Morgan deserves it.
I agree, and it would have been a nice change of pace. But no. And don't get me wrong, I love Becky. But I also love Liv.
Yeah. She can only hold it for so long.
I mean, that's not entirely true, but because how long did Bruno Sammartino hold on to the title?
That's irrelevant.
No, it's not. It is today, but I think you can have very long-term championships, but you have to do it very well.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Do you remember back in the day in the Ruthless Aggression era where you'd have like a Cena, for example, who would go through about 3 different singles opponents, and then they'd be like, okay, this is getting stale, so we're going to up the ante. Next time it's going to be a 3-way or a fatal 4-way or something. They get multiple people in the title picture. Now, Cena would still win, but they do it in a way where when Cena still won, you'd be like, holy shit, this guy's unstoppable.
Right.
It didn't seem contrived. Not all the time, anyway. Sometimes it did, but...
Right.
Anyway, then we had a fatal 5-way for the WWE Championship, which first, would you like to touch on why, before we get to that one, on why the Universal title wasn't defended?
Well, the Universal title wasn't defended because of this said champion who has kept the title for over a year now, longer than a year actually.
And from what I understand, is one of the few good things WWE is presenting.
Has tested positive for COVID.
Yep, he got the Rona. So instead of making him vacate his title like a real sports organization,
they decided to give him obviously the week off because you don't get 10 days off now, you get 5 days off.
Well, that's only on if you get COVID on a Tuesday before 5 p.m.
You want to explain that one?
That's a joke about the CDC constantly changing their guidelines.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Because where I work at,
because apparently now it's just.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because where I work at too, they changed the rules too.
Now you're just not allowed to touch the food if you have COVID.
No, like
that's not true. That was a joke, everyone. That is not true.
No, like it was the 10-day quarantine, and now they changed it to 5 days.
Oh, that's funny. That's like I didn't know the virus just decided to let up on the. Anyway, the Fatal 5-Way for the WWE Championship.
But it's supposed to be Brock Lesnar versus Roman for the Universal title, but since Roman can't do it, Brock was there. It's like let's just add him to the match.
I'm telling you, nobody saw this coming. Big E defends his championship against Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, all at the same time. Whoa!
And who wins, ladies and gentlemen?
No
one.
Well, let's see. We could have gone with a smart booking decision and given it to, say, I don't know, anyone fucking else. Literally any of the other three guys. Anyone. Any one of them would have been a good choice. All of them have been WWE champion before. Or has Kevin Owens been WWE champion? He's been a world champion, but
Universal,
okay. I just didn't know if he'd been WWE champion, but everyone has been a world champion before. But no, we give it to Brock fucking Lesnar again.
My guess is, and that's the thing is before this happened, I literally, I figured I figured Big E was going to drop it.
Well, obviously.
No, before Brock Lesnar was put in the match.
I know. I figured.
I still figured Big E was going to drop the belt. I figured it would have went to Seth Rollins or Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Okay.
I that would have been my personal preference. I would have liked to have seen Kevin Owens get it, but
I think what's going to happen now.
Brock Lesnar is going to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Well, that's not going to happen.
The fuck it's not. You watch.
What, for both belts?
Yeah. No, they'll probably do something real stupid and make it a non-title match, but it'll still be the fucking main event.
You're making me laugh right now.
Dude, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong that Michael Cole's not going to be like, everybody, it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns in the biggest WWE match ever. Not for a title. For some reason.
It's going to be Brock and Bobby and Mania.
That's even worse.
Well, Bobby's been one Brock. And you saw what I sent to you on TikTok last night.
Yes.
You saw it. He actually posed with fans.
Yes.
You don't like this Brock Lesnar. I know you
don't.
No,
I've got nothing against Brock Lesnar. I like Brock Lesnar. It's just, for fuck's sake, can we please, I don't know,
but it also
elevate someone else for a fucking change?
I'm not disagreeing with that either. But it also proved to me right there that if Roman was there, Roman was going to retain.
Well, duh, yeah. Because honestly, who on SmackDown is going to beat him right now?
They just now proved what's going to happen at Mania.
Yeah, it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus fucking Roman Reigns.
No.
You watch. You watch. I'm telling you.
A certain somebody's cousin is about to be finished filming a movie over in fucking Europe.
Oh, you reminded me though. Did you
Okay.
hear? Did you hear about the rumor?
What rumor?
There is speculation, and I cannot confirm or deny this. There is speculation that none other than The Rock is going to purchase WWE.
I did not hear this.
There is a rumor. And at first I was like, the fuck? But then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? He's probably got the money to do it. And he knows better than anyone how much money that can generate.
I mean,
He also knows he can get Kevin Hart to be a referee.
Oh my God.
Tell me you wouldn't watch that match.
What, Kevin Hart is the referee?
Exactly. Or I'll tell you what I want to see. This is what I want to see. I want to see Bad Bunny versus Kevin Hart in a street fight. I would watch that match. With the Rock as a special guest referee. Rock, he's gonna hit me with it.
Rock is going to face Roman at Mania.
Why?
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 Because Roman's the tribal chief of the Samoan family.
No, he's not.
Let me finish.
Just saying the Rock is.
No, that's the point. Nobody else can touch him. Nobody else can beat him. While the Rock comes back and he beats him for the title.
But the Rock is going to come fresh off filming a comedy film and somehow be able to beat someone who's been athletically active for the past, 5 years?
What comedy film is he filming?
I don't know.
He's filming Black Adam right now.
So? All the hard shit's gonna oh, come on, that's gonna be hilariously funny.
Well, Black Adam?
Yeah, did you see Shazam?
Yes.
Tell me it's not gonna be a comedy.
But Shazam's not in it.
How is Shazam not in Black Adam?
Because it's all about Black Adam, not Shazam.
Who gives a fuck about Black Adam without Shazam?
And
I'm sorry, I'm gonna put my foot down. It's fucking Captain Marvel. God damn it.
Okay, well, it's setting up for Black Adam versus Shazam.
I don't want to see the setup. I just want to see Black Adam and fucking Captain Marvel punch each other in the face repeatedly.
Well, I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry. I'm putting my foot down.
It's gonna be Rock Roman at Mania for the WWE for the Universal title. Rock's gonna win it, and then he's gonna do the Unstoppable, and hand the belt over to
Mustafa Ali.
I'm down with that.
I'm not down with that at all. Like I like Ali. Don't get me wrong, but no, I got it. This is the only. I'd actually rather see Brock versus Roman than that. But Rock's gonna win the Universal title, and then he's gonna pull a Vince McMahon and be like, "Guess what? I own it."
Well,
I'd watch that.
I mean, if Rock comes back,
and he's gonna be like, and the first thing I'm gonna do is put Triple H back in charge of NXT and stop this bullshit. Seriously, move it back to Full Sail, make it small like it used to be, make it awesome like it used to be. Like, what the fuck?
I think they're still at Full Sail.
Are they? I thought they were at that fucking whatever they call it. I don't know.
No, I think they're still at Full Sail. It's just doesn't look as big.
Well, I never had a problem with NXT looking small per se, but well, you know what I mean. Just go back to the good NXT, please. Just before it sucked. I've become convinced that WWE is basically just thinks they need a good like half dozen like big names from established WWE names, and then they're just going to get a bunch of ex-collegiate athletes, train them, give them generic names, and then just put them out there in tights and say, go roll around for a bit. Because at this point, WWE is the brand, and that's what sells. And And I think that's why hardcore wrestling fans, for the most part, are going away from it. Because, don't get me wrong, there are people in WWE that I love to watch, and I followed their careers. But now I just don't give a shit, because I know they're probably not involved in anything worthwhile watching, which is a real shame. Like, dude, I love Ricochet, Kevin Owens, love Seth Rollins, love fucking, I'm drawing a blank here, AJ Styles. I liked Matt Riddle before they turned him into a simpleton.
AJ Styles is now turning face.
Good. And who called that shit with Omos?
Yeah.
Because the first thing I did was say the fucker was a wrestler. And then I said that they were eventually going to have... they were going to hit each other.
I knew that I knew that he was going to split up eventually. But it's at the end of the era of, I think that wraps about up this week. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say so, because I'm starting to fade. I'm starting to get unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
Starting to get hot.
Well, you want to run through the spiel?
I already ran through the spiel for the most part.
Right,
but there is a slight announcement. I don't think I made it last week. Or not last week, last podcast. So if you just couldn't get enough down the middle, or if you ever awoke in the middle of the night from a cold sweat thinking, oh, if only I could listen to it via Amazon Music, guess what? Now you can. Because both the Down the Middle podcast and the Average Intelligence podcast are on Amazon Music, which you can sign up for if you're not already. First of all, if you're on Amazon Prime, you're already signed up for Amazon Music. If you have an Amazon Echo or Alexa, whatever your preferred name is, you already have Amazon Music, because you have to sign up for it if you have one of those devices. Or if you just have an extra $7.99 a month and like music, millions and millions and millions of songs at your fingertips, you too can have Amazon Music, along with the two podcasts, or at least the one podcast, your 10th favorite wrestling podcast, available on any of those devices, which you have Amazon Music downloaded to, including your smart TV or your smartphone. But if Amazon Music is not your speed, you can also check us out on anchor.fm, where you can see all of our audio platforms, including but not limited to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. There's some other ones. I believe Stitcher is one. Can't remember. Radio Now is another one. Or just listen directly on anchor.fm. It's also where you need to go to enter into our contest. As we've stated before, don't forget to check out the official merchandise store, where you can get some, just really, really awesome apparel. And then your friends will walk up to you and be like, hey, that's a really awesome shirt. Because strangers will walk up to you and say, that's a really awesome t-shirt. Where did you get that? And then you can tell them where you got it, and then you can start a fan club and just support the podcast that way. And then also, don't forget, after the live, the link will be in the description. Purchase your copy of The Death of WCW today and learn all that stuff you never thought you would know or thought you would care to know about World Championship Wrestling, including but not limited to the origins of the Shockmaster. Because it's in there.
The Shockmaster.
What other origin stories are in there? I believe you get. You don't get the full origin story of DDP, but you do get some. You get to know the true feelings of the people involved with Ready to Rumble.
Yep,
that is in there.
Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter.
Yes,
at down the middle P.
Down the middle P, just a big capital P. And you can giggle like schoolgirls the way we do when a wrestler acknowledges us, including but not limited to the one and only, that bitch, Jade Cargill, and Conan, of all people.
Conan. Who
apparently is going to shout us out on their podcast, Keeping It 100 with Conan, which is a really good podcast, and you definitely should check it out. It is quite entertaining, and it's only fueled my hatred of Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
Because the best part about podcasts today is that you can listen to all of them at your leisure with these wonderful platforms, including Amazon Music, which I gave you the spiel earlier. Anything else you'd like to add before I pass out?
No, just I hope you all had a great 2021. Looking forward to 2022.
Let's all collectively come together and put out that dumpster fire that was 2021.
And let's get through COVID finally and beat it and join hands once again.
I'm gonna hold your hand, dude. Fuck that.
I'm just saying in unity.
I mean, I like you as a friend, but
Anyways,
good luck to Jade Cargill and everyone else who is up for a champion. Well, not everyone, but you know what I mean. Let's go, Jade.
Let's go, Ruby.
Dude, don't go there. I'm going to laugh so hard when Ruby Soho gets jaded.
I like that. I like how you work that.
It's all a work, baby.
All right. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
For Down the Middle podcast.